Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have a special glow? As if life hands them opportunities on invisible platters? As if fate silently blows in their favor? In Buddhism, it is believed that nothing happens by chance. The moment we are born, the day we take our first breath, carries with it a reflection of our past merits and the energy we bring to this life. It's as if each date is a seed with a unique purpose. Some blossom into wisdom, others into compassion, and some carry the gift of prosperity. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The birth dates that, according to spiritual wisdom, carry the mark of abundance. If you were born on one of these dates, you may have already felt this calling. A sense that prosperity, in all its forms, is part of your path. But remember, prosperity here doesn't just mean material wealth. In the Buddhist perspective, being a true millionaire is having a full heart, a serene mind, and a balanced life. Yet, when the energy of your date is aligned, even material prosperity can emerge as a reflection of your spiritual journey. If this reflection has touched something within you, take a deep breath for a moment and allow your heart to open to this wisdom. And before we continue, I invite you to subscribe to this channel and like this video, not as an automatic gesture, but as part of this flow of generosity. Because when we share, we multiply the energy of abundance. Now, close your eyes for a brief moment if you wish, and ask yourself, what is the wealth I seek most in this life? This question will be the key to receiving the teachings that follow. Chapter 2. Buddhist Wisdom on Wealth and Merit. On the Buddhist path, prosperity is not seen merely as the accumulation of material goods. It is understood as the fruit of merit, that which we cultivate through our actions, intentions, and choices over many lifetimes. Imagine a garden. If for years you water the earth, plant seeds, tend it lovingly, and remove weeds, the time will come when flowers and fruits will naturally emerge. The same is true of wealth. It is the blossoming of invisible seeds that were planted in the heart and mind. The Buddha taught that every act of generosity, every compassionate word, every pure thought is like an invisible coin deposited in a spiritual vault. This vault is not lost. It accompanies us life after life, and when we are born, the energy of our birth date can reflect the harvest of this accumulated merit. Therefore, someone can be born on a day that vibrates with prosperity and attract opportunities more easily. But this does not mean that life will always be without challenges. Merit does not eliminate obstacles from the path, but it gives a person the wisdom to transform them into steps of growth. Being a future millionaire, from a spiritual perspective, isn't just about having a lot of money in the bank. It's about having a mind free from the fear of scarcity. It's about living with confidence, knowing there will always be enough. It's about having a heart so abundant that generosity becomes natural, and wealth multiplies when shared. The true secret of prosperity is this: the more we give, the more we become channels of universal abundance. Just as a river doesn't hold back its waters, but offers them to the earth and the trees, the prosperous person understands that wealth only has meaning when it flows. And perhaps that's why destiny chooses certain dates as special. Not to create privileges, but to remind us that abundance is a call to spiritual responsibility. Those who have received more are invited to share more. Those born under the sign of prosperity have the mission to transform their lives into beacons of generosity. But there's something even deeper. Dates of birth are just signs. What truly determines our abundance is how we respond to them. That's what we'll explore in the next chapters. Chapter 3. The Mystery of Birth Dates. Every human being comes into the world at a unique moment. The day we are born is not just a mark on the calendar. It is a reflection of the invisible, dance between accumulated karma and the universal energies that welcome us. In Buddhism, Life is understood to move in cycles, like the moon that waxes and wanes, like the seasons that ceaselessly alternate. Likewise, each birth date is like a particular season, bringing with it a vibrational frequency that accompanies the person throughout life. Some days are quieter, focused on introspection and wisdom. Other days carry the energy of compassion, reminding the newly born of their mission to care and serve. And there are days that shine with the light of prosperity, not as a promise of ease, but as an invitation to multiply what has already been cultivated in previous lives. It is like the rice harvest. There are fields that have been prepared with dedication for many generations, and when the right season arrives, food sprouts in them. Abundance, similarly, certain dates hold within them the memory of ancient merits that now blossom into prosperity. But it's important to understand, these dates don't determine everything. They are like seeds that already carry a tendency, but it's up to the gardener, you, to water, protect, and care for this potential to be realized. A seed may be full of life, but if left in dry soil, it won't bloom. And there's a deeper detail. Auspicious birth dates don't just speak of material wealth. They speak of spiritual wealth, meaningful relationships, and inner joy. The universe reminds us, through the day we were born, which path is most natural for our soul. In the next chapters, we'll look at these special days, those that carry the energy of abundance. Perhaps you'll discover you were born on one of them, or perhaps you'll realize that, even if you're not on this list, your life can still blossom into prosperity, because every date carries a hidden gift. The important thing is to understand the mystery of dates as an invitation, not to wait miracles, but to recognize the signs and walk in tune with your own energy. Chapter 4. Birthdays linked to abundance in Buddhism. It's not about a fixed destiny or a promise of material wealth, but rather about the energetic inclination as that each being carries at birth. Some days of the month resonate with the energy of prosperity, as if they were open windows for the merit accumulated in past lives to manifest as blessings in this existence. 10-19-28. The path of leaders, those born on these days often carry the strength of self-confidence. It's like a flame that guides others in the dark. These people attract prosperity because they have the courage to initiate, to take risks, to open doors that were previously closed. In Buddhism, true leadership is not about domination, but about service. When those born on these days learn to serve wisely, abundance multiplies naturally. 6-9-15. 24. The path of harmony. These days bring the energy of care and generosity. These are people who radiate light in relationships, who nourish and sustain family, friends, and community. It is said that prosperity comes to those who know how to share. Just as a tree doesn't keep its fruit for itself, but offers it to everyone around, these dates carry the gift of multiplying wealth through compassion. 17-26. The path of karmic strength. Those born on these dates feel the weight and responsibility of karma. These are people who may have faced great challenges, but each bump in the road is also an opportunity to polish their soul. Just as a diamond only shines after enduring intense pressure, these people are destined to transform pain into abundance. When they learn to trust the flow of life, prosperity arises as a recognition of their resilience. Come. 22-29. The master numbers. These dates are considered spiritual gateways. Those born on these days carry a lofty mission, often to guide others on the path of truth. It is not uncommon for them to experience life as an inner calling, something greater than mere material achievements. Buddhism teaches that when we use our gifts to uplift others, spiritual and material wealth finds us effortlessly. It is like a river that, as it follows its natural course, fertilizes all the land it passes through. Chapter: Reflection. Realize that each group of dates brings a lesson. Some were called to lead, others to care, some to resist and transform, and still others to guide spiritually. Prosperity, in this sense, is not an external reward, but a reflection of how you live your inner energy. When each person understands and honors their date of birth, they awaken the power to attract abundance, not only in wealth but in peace, love, and purpose. Chapter 5. Concrete examples. Perhaps, when you hear about these dates of abundance, you've thought of someone who seems to carry this energy naturally. People who, even in the face of difficulties, find open paths, who attract opportunities, as if life always smiles on them in some way. Think, for example, of someone born on the 1st or the 10th. These people often take on leadership roles, even without wanting to. I remember a man, a simple farmer, who was born on the 10th. He wasn't very educated, but everyone in the community sought him out for advice. When difficulties arose, he was the first to find a solution. His prosperity didn't come from immediate wealth, but from trust, respect, and the support network he built. And over time, what began as simplicity became abundance. Bountiful harvests, well-adjusted children, and a life surrounded by gratitude. Another example are those born on the 6th or the 15th. These carry the energy of harmony. A woman born on the 15th always had a house full of people. She didn't have much, but she had a habit of cooking extra and offering food to anyone who came by. Interestingly, she never lacked for anything. It's as if her generosity opened the invisible doors of abundance. The little she had multiplied, and her life, to the eyes of those who observed, always seemed blessed. And we can't forget those born on days considered masters, such as the 11th or the 22nd. These people often sense from an early age that their lives have a higher calling. A man I knew, born on the 22nd, spent much of his youth helping others study, free of charge. Later, he was recognized, invited to important positions, and his prosperity came as a consequence of his spiritual mission. He used to say, "I didn't seek wealth, but it came to me because I was never alone." These examples show us something very important. Our date of birth may carry potential, but it is the way we live that transforms. This energy becomes a reality. Abundance isn't just luck or chance. It's a reflection of how we respond to the call of our own birth date. And perhaps the greatest lesson here is this: those who share, prosper. Those who serve, flourish. Those who recognize the gift of life, receive even more. So as you reflect on your own birth date, ask yourself, how have I been living the energy I carry? Have I been multiplying it or keeping it to myself? This answer is the key that transforms potential into real abundance. Chapter 6. Hidden Effects of Spiritual Prosperity. When we talk about prosperity, many immediately think of numbers, possessions, or bank accounts. But on the spiritual path, there are much more subtle and perhaps even more valuable effects that abundance awakens in our lives. The first hidden effect is serene confidence. Those who recognize that they carry the energy of prosperity no longer live in fear of scarcity, not because they will never face challenges, but because they know, deep in their hearts, that there will always be a way out, always a next step. This confidence is like an underground river. Even if the surface dries up, the water continues to flow beneath, sustaining life. Another effect is spontaneous gratitude. Those who feel abundance as a part of themselves do not need great events to be happy. They are grateful for simple bread, for the company of a friend, for the sun that rises each morning, and in this state of constant gratitude, life responds by offering even more reasons to be grateful. It is as if the universe delights in reciprocating an open heart. There is also the capacity to share without fear. Many hoard too much, believing they will lose. But those who experience spiritual prosperity discover that the more they give, the more they receive. Just as the flame of a candle does not diminish when lighting another, inner wealth multiplies when offered to others. Another hidden effect is lightness in the face of difficulties. Abundance does not eliminate problems, but it changes the way we face them. Instead of despair, there is patience. Instead of anger, there is understanding. It is like a tree laden with fruit. Even when the wind blows hard, it remains firm, knowing its roots are deep. And there is one last effect, perhaps the most beautiful: inner peace. When we recognize the abundance that already exists within us, we stop chasing everything. We stop comparing ourselves, envying and feeling lacking. Life takes on a quieter, more natural rhythm, and paradoxically, it is precisely in this state of peace that true prosperity manifests, effortlessly, like ripe fruit that falls from the tree at the right time. Note, the effects of abundance are not only in what one has, but in what one is. It transforms the way we look at the world and the way the world responds to us. And this detail can change everything about how you see your life. Chapter 7. The Path to Activating Your Date's Potential. Knowing that your date of birth carries an energy of prosperity is only the first step. The real secret lies in activating this potential, transforming possibility into living reality. In Buddhism, it is believed that wealth, whether material or spiritual, manifests when we cultivate 3 pillars: a clear mind, a generous heart, and conscious action. Clear mind. The first practice is meditation. Set aside a few minutes a day to be silent. Breathe and visualize abundance not as something distant, but as a light that already exists within you. As you close your eyes, imagine yourself sitting by a calm lake. The water reflects your serene face. In this reflection, also see prosperity as gentle waves spreading in all directions. The clearer your mind, the more space there is for abundance to manifest. Generous heart. The second step is the practice of generosity, called dana in Buddhism. You don't need to have much to give. Even a sincere smile or a word of support are precious gifts. When we offer something from the heart, we create invisible merits that transform into opportunities and blessings in the future. It's like planting flowers along a path. Each person who passes by is touched by their beauty, and you yourself walk amidst their fragrance. Conscious action. The third pillar is living in harmony with your actions. Wealth obtained through selfishness or dishonesty does not flourish. Sooner or later it dissolves like sand in the wind. But when we act with compassion, justice, and wisdom, our actions become deep roots that bear lasting fruit. Think of life as a fertile field. Each act is a seed. If you plant carefully, your harvest will be abundant, a small, simple ritual. If you want to intensify this energy, you can create a small personal ritual. At the beginning of each month, light a candle in front of you and repeat silently, "May my life be a channel of prosperity for me and all beings." As the flame shines, feel that your birthday is not coincidence, but part of a greater dance. The candle illuminates not only you, but also the path of those around you. When we unite a clear mind, a generous heart, and conscious action, the potential of our birthday awakens like a rising sun, and abundance ceases to be just a promise and becomes a living, visible, and transformative presence in every detail of life. But there is something even deeper. Recognizing this potential also brings responsibilities. Life asks us to use wealth not only for ourselves, but as a shared blessing. and that is where the true power of spiritual prosperity reveals itself. Chapter 8. Everyone can prosper. Many people, upon hearing about the dates associated with prosperity, may wonder, what if I wasn't born on any of these days? Don't I have that energy within me? On the Buddhist path, the answer is clear. We all carry the seed of abundance. Some are born with this seed already strong and ready to blossom. Others need to water it more patiently, cultivating it day after day. But everyone, without exception, has the ability to transform their life into a fertile field of prosperity. Remember, even the smallest seed can become a majestic tree if it finds the right soil, sun, and water. So too is your life. The environment you create through your thoughts, choices, and attitudes can nurture abundance in any circumstance. Buddhism teaches that we are not bound by a fixed destiny. Even if your date isn't on the list of auspicious dates, you can create merit through the practice of compassion, generosity, and mindfulness. It's like rowing against the current. It requires more effort, but it still leads to the ocean. And here's the most important point. True prosperity is not about having what others have, but about living in peace with what flourishes within you. Some will achieve material abundance. Others will have an abundance of wisdom, and still others will be rich in love and human connection. Each form of prosperity is a unique expression of each person's karma and mission. So, if your date of birth doesn't appear among those linked to wealth, don't worry. You can cultivate prosperity in every gesture, in every thought, and in every conscious choice. Life always responds to those who live with an awakened heart. And perhaps, deep down, the greatest lesson is this: dates can indicate, but never limit. What defines the course of your life is how you choose to live each day that is given to you. Chapter 9. Reflection. We have reached the end of this journey. We have talked about the dates that carry with them a special energy of prosperity, about the signs of abundance, and about the paths to activate this potential. But perhaps the most important point is not the date itself, but rather what you do with the life you have been given. After all, we are all gardeners of our own destiny. Some receive stronger seeds, others need more care. But in both cases, the harvest depends on the dedication, patience, and love we put into cultivating them. True abundance is not just being a millionaire in the material sense. It is being a millionaire of wisdom, gratitude, inner peace, and compassion. It is reaching the end of the day with a light heart, knowing that you have lived with integrity, that you have offered something good to the world, and that you have left behind a trail of kindness. And now, I invite you to reflect in silence. What wealth already exists in your life that you may not have yet recognized? And what prosperity do you want to cultivate starting today? In your heart, in your relationships, on your spiritual journey? These questions are seeds. Allow them to blossom within you. And abundance, in all its forms, will find its way into your life if this message spoke to your heart. If any word brought peace or sparked new reflection within you, please like this video. This simple gesture is not only a support for the channel, but also a way to spread this energy of abundance so that more people can receive it. I also invite you to subscribe to the channel so that we can continue this journey of wisdom together, step by step as companions on this journey. Here, each meeting is an opportunity to learn, reflect, and awaken a little more to the beauty of life. And if you wish to continue this reflection, click on the video now on the screen. In it, we explore another profound Buddhist teaching: how impermanence, this silent law of life, can be the key to true inner freedom. I am certain this message can further illuminate your path. See you there. May you walk in peace, and may abundance in all its forms flourish in your life. Namaste.